I was 11 years old when I learned my cousin had killed himself. And I learned how to see the people around me. Really see them. And grasp that they too may be facing life challenges that you would never know. That night, I was watching Across the Universe. I Want to Hold Your Hand was playing and everything was good. Until my mom shoved in the door like a police officer breaking in. She dropped all her things like it was burning her hands, not even caring as some of it tumbled down our metal stairs. That was when I knew something was very wrong. The words she said then are etched into my brain. There's something wrong with Gregory, my oldest cousin. I jumped off the couch, insisting I go with her to see him. In her haste to leave, she did not oppose my request. The 45-minute car ride to my aunt's house was difficult, to say the least. I remember singing "I Want to Hold Your Hand" the whole time, wishing with all my being I could hold my cousin's hand wherever he was. And I remember looking at people in passing cars, at first thinking how lucky they were to not be me, until I saw a lady crying in her car. And I realized I did not know she was not in pain like mine. There's no bubble above people that labels their problems. The time at my aunt's house was mostly a blur. Through tear-filled eyes, I watched her take the call. The words on the other side of the phone came through on her face as she dropped the phone and crumpled to the floor. My brother and I looked to my mother as if she could give us one last hope for Gregory. That one shake of her head, and my heart dropped. I watched the whole room blur again as the tears came more fierce with the realization. That was the first funeral I'd ever been to. I remember the grimly cute moment when we arrived at the funeral home. My 6-year-old cousin Connor asked why Gregory was sleeping in the wooden box. Choking up, my aunt replied, "But you can't make him laugh by tickling him." Connor ran to the casket and tried to tickle Gregory. And I watched his face fall as he realized Gregory, his only sibling, his role model, wasn't sleeping, wasn't coming back. More and more people arrived at the funeral home, sharing tears and memories, looking at the pictures set around. The service started. We all sat down. I watched family member after friend sharing their greatest memories with Gregory. And as they all finished, they played his song, "The Greatest" by Kenny Rogers. It personified him so perfectly, and I think of him every time I hear it. I think the moment it all became real was when his entire football team picked up his casket and carried him to the car. I realized then I'd never see his face again or hear him laugh. I look back now. Gregory died at 16. I am 16. Relationships are hard. Even harder when they end. But Gregory taught me a lesson I will never forget. He taught me that ending my pain over one person's words or actions creates a lifelong pain for the people left who care about me. About 2 summers ago, when my dad and stepmom split up, and I learned my father had attempted suicide, I vowed I would never make the people around me feel the kind of pain I had in my life, no matter how helpless I feel. And I hope this can teach you that lesson, so you never have to feel the kind of pain I have in my life. Your life means everything to a lot of people. Don't ever sell yourself short.